Hello everyone, welcome to another session of Shadow Empire. So currently our situation is like this. We are at war with the farmers with a huge militia over here. They have a lot of bodies to throw against us. We are constantly being harassed on our border by nomads. Well, actually, they are doing the same thing we're doing to everyone, which is harassing. And also, I promised to start a war with the religious fanatics who live among the dunes over here. And you know, I might not be the smartest war chief, but I do fulfill my word. So we are going to move forward and strike them. Actually, I need to change the order into move. And let's move those guys over here and just provoke those guys into a war. We still have a good amount of time before we have to start the war. But I think going at it a bit earlier, because before we didn't have a border with those guys even. Let's explore over here a little bit. Still gathering numbers. I think I do have some industry, so let's just get more grunts on the front line. Yeah, this is some numbers. We have a lot of metals. I mean, I could get a ton more recruits, but what I'm going to do with them without an industry? I feel like I'm forgetting something in this game. Well, one thing I should certainly do is get a new org at this point. And let's go for... So, Economic Council is research of economic technology and also some other stuff like prospecting. Model design is creating new units. Secret Service is spies, basically. Foreign Affairs, quite obvious. Interior, some good stratagems, some other stuff that I don't remember. Applied Council, there are like repeatable texts you can do. Air Force Research, quite obvious. And Staff Council, I think they do HQ stratagems, and I kind of want those at the moment. So please get me those. Also, we do have one fate point, so it's what in theory we could get. We could get an extra level of school to get a bunch of resources, or we could make workers happier. Nothing particularly interesting right now. Shadow Diplomat and Shadow Spy, good pair to have in reserve, but not really useful. Defense would be nice, but actually want to kill people. And a lot of them. You could gain 2 fate points with Paranoia, which just increasing fear. This is not really expensive. This is a good card to have as well. And those would be really good cards if we weren't bloodthirsty raiders. And this is Open Contact, good card, because with major regimes our politics might be slightly different. I could technically speaking use this unit because even though there's no innate defense of cities, we know there's no one in this entire region. But it is completely open here. It's not risk too much, and 6k militia is not going to change anything, especially since half of them have RPGs and there's no one with vehicles in proximity. We are starting to lose food, but we have a ton of money. Okay, now those guys are moving forward. Militia hold the parade. Yeah, nice. We got more ward. Private assets are at 7, so promise fulfilled to the faction. We got automatic rifle. It's going to be pretty nice. So now, in theory, all of the research is going to go into discovery. So we're going to get, hopefully, the padded envirosuit, but I wouldn't. Could also get the gas-powered small arms because carbine was a required. Actually, could get it in before. So what's the difference between the gas-powered and automatic rifle? Oh, this is, I think, as basically the same gun when it comes to quality, but it's slightly more effective when it comes to ammunition, if I recall. This is better machine guns, so for the defensive infantry, and high velocity is for the vehicles. And we might be getting some vehicles eventually. Actually, it would be just out of curiosity. Could create an independent. So basically, if you want to just create a singular unit without the HQ, you just click this. And we could create some buggies, but this is, yeah, I'm looking for something that's metal intensive. And unfortunately, nothing is, at least for now. We will eventually use all of this. Like, this is not really that much metal, all things considered. Like, if we went for this. But the biggest problem would be the industrial points. And right now, we just need more troops. Yeah, our battalion over here is already looking much healthier. And we are gaining some advantage. Not like that we lost this. Like I said, it doesn't really matter at this point of the game, but I would prefer to have it rather than not. So let's make sure I still have control over it. No, we are boarding with those guys. I think I would just... I would like to stay right on the border with an ability to start a war with those guys. And I like that the fanatics, religious fanatics, seem to be a bit more aggressive on the border than the farmer community, which was just letting us bully them. But those guys are not taking any shit from us. They're immediately pulling up their forces up to the border. And, if they could get some more militia troops, that would be probably the ideal option. Militia parade. Oh, definitely I want to give some money to the militia. I might give them 600 credits. Let's see, set salaries. I mean, this is fine.
Roger that.
We got a staff council. So we can set task for the Supreme Command Council. Either get general stratagems or political power. I mean, we're doing both of this. I might actually switch it a bit like this. The political power is going to be really useful. And general stratagems are not always useful because the way you spend it, the Supreme Council has basically cards from the other councils. For example, the spy cards I was using a few times. You usually get it much more effectively from the Secret Services Council. But yeah, I think getting the PP points is going to be much better. There's a lot of this stuff. I don't need customized formation types. I have no OOBs are order of battle, if I recall correctly. There's slightly different units you can be getting. So for example, if you want to get infantry with trucks, you need to discover and operationalize order of battle unit. It doesn't have a nice view like this. I think you can find it somewhere in the reports, if I recall correctly. Probably not here. Order of battle. Formation types. Oh yeah, so this is what we have currently. And there's a lot of, like, you can get light infantry with RPGs or something like this. Light infantry with tanks. Tanks with motorized infantry, mechanized infantry, and so on. And right now it's not really important. So let's switch both of those to 0, I think. And make sure this is at 0. And 50-50 postures and occupation and governance priority change. Let's make it 70-30. Not sure if this is the best. I don't remember usually taking the staff council this early, but I think it should be fine. So elite circle member is actually pretty decent, seems, for this job. Actually, they're both elite circle. Who's better for military? 21 diplomacy is actually kind of nice. I might keep this guy for the foreign office. This guy, personal combat and improvisation. And basically nothing else. Oh, the base stats still apply, of course. So let's take this guy
Roger that.
and keep that diplomacy guy. Nomads are something our border. This is actually pretty good for me because I keep getting more enforcement out of this. We're already getting to 70. This is pretty high profiles for just a few turns in the game.
Roger that.
At least this is what it feels like to me. This is a lot of money to dump into militia, but I feel like I don't really have any other way to spend it right now. We could be buying resources, but resources that we could buy we have plenty of. So I think this is a good enough plan. And pretty soon it's going to be actually time to get a model council. Maybe I'll just start working on it right now. But no, actually, will I want to upgrade all of those troops? I think I would actually prefer to just have more troops rather than upgrading them very slightly and very slowly. The nomads are being annoying. We're gaining a lot of... We got a SPD core and we got gas-powered small arms. We got the spies. Spies are always nice. Those nomads are actually being quite annoying. Though we might get those religious fanatics closer to my border, which would be kind of ideal, actually. Still have some time. Yeah, the problem with changing the budgets like this is the people who are losing their budget are going to be pissed off. Well, that sucks to be them. I think I might go actually 45 on military research, because military research, especially at the very beginning, when you're at the same level as nomads and so on, is kind of important. Just get ahead of the less civilized.
Roger that.
Yeah, the director that lost the most is not happy about this, but what can you do? Gaspard, I think Gaspard is not really that necessary for our kind of situation, but I'm not going to complain. Okay, so I'm going to get 700, because this is as much units as we actually need to fill our entire unit with infantry. Those guys are probably going to cross this ridge, so we will have nice, we will have some religious units, religious fanatics units within striking distance when we need them. Okay, maintaining some presence on this side. Okay, after this turn is done, I think I will go...
Copy that.
Let's get a bit more ammunition. I probably don't need this. Will I go for another battalion? Or do I start working on more industrial points with a factory? Which is going to take a long time, but at some point I need to do it. Oh yeah, so you can see that the waste gives health quality of life points, and quality of life improves the civilization score. So you can see 50 over here, which improves our health score. And what this do, I don't really remember exactly, but it's good for you. It will increase happiness. If it's lower than zone civilization score, it will decrease happiness. And having higher all of this stuff makes the free folk joining you more likely, which is usually your main source of population. So you really want to get a ton of this stuff. Now we seem to be, yeah, there's still like 20,000 in our territory, and a lot more even right on our borders. Those people are getting schools. Well, they are about to get schooled. Thank God they weren't actually too aggressive. They could have smashed my troops over here. Now we should be slightly better. And I think with some, if the infantry is actually capable of providing some decent support, the tank will be doing a ton of damage. But the numbers are going to be making things difficult for us. That's what I think. The turns are really not going that slow. I remember waiting a long time, like it was up to a minute for one turn to pass. Oh, okay, the fanatics are doing what I want them to do. The nomads are not. We got Blitzkrieg, mechanized forces. We don't have mechanized forces, but that's fine. Okay, let's try and start. So nomads are actually... We don't have the war with the nomads because we've been just dancing one side and the other. We're not at war with those guys yet. And they're just pushing up to where they see our troops. So we just maintain those guys here. And this is just 400 militia and light infantry and some machine guns with RPGs that are not going to be really helping. Let me check some things. This is... yeah, this is unfortunately not going to help at all. I was hoping something a bit more conventional. I have as much troops as I could possibly want. Another infantry brigade would need to wait good few turns, so like 4 turns to get another started. Or I could start being aggressive and attack those guys right now. Cut them off from the north and go from 4 sides over here with massive attack. I think it's going to be time. Let's see how it goes this time. Tank is probably going to kill a lot of people. But I need my infantry to do some job. This plus 25% is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting, I feel. It better do, actually. We have, on average, better experience, and our general is giving us better bonus as well. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to modifiers, we, in theory, are crushing them. Though it is, as you can see, this is minus 54%. If I remove the tank, yeah, this whole... It would still be 2-1, so not the worst, but not the best. Let's see how it goes this time.
Engaging enemy.
Okay, not a great start. We might actually be winning this one. Okay, nice. We managed to capitulate some of their troops. So we removed 2,500, losing ourselves 1,600. So a lot of that. The tank killed only 2 units this time, so really not that much damage on their side. Infantry was carrying. As I said, the infantry needed to actually support properly. Once we get a decent technological advantage, the battles are going to be looking much more one-sided, at least against like free folk and nomads. We got barely just some infantry left on the front line and the tank. So yeah, this actually, we got it. We got their capital. So now those guys are pretty screwed. We got the capital. Those buildings are destroyed for the time being. We got a new transport hub, which is pretty nice. It's going to extend our logistics to the north. We got the light industry, which is going to be so good. I mean, it's not as much as a like actual government factory, but this is going to be really nice. Let's cover situation, and school is going to be pretty good as well. Though, of course, the population of the city is not going to be really happy with what we're doing, but that's their problem. So the tank is going to maintain its presence. I think I will keep for sure the entire battalion in this area. But militia I might send in the other direction. Yeah, especially those guys. Let's secure this crossing. And make sure to isolate those nomads and probably just start a war with them, to be honest. People are happy with me, so that's good. How much war do I have? 76? Helps you make believable promises. I don't remember what it exactly do. I think it affects happiness in some way, which is going to be pretty nice. And yeah, so now we'll be able to swing some troops more to the eastern side to protect the border and start a war against the fanatics. Without much goal of actually pushing, but just to harass them. And yeah, they are definitely treating us much more seriously than the farmers. We're getting a lot of ward. We could have gained some much better stuff though. Okay, yeah, we got a Reichsschuld. Got the fate back, got our troops gloriously being happy. Hey, this is our tank even. Yeah, it's all working out. We got a new admin level, which is, I think, pretty nice. This basically because we got a city, and this is the Fate Stratagem packs. We got 4 new Fate Stratagem packs. A new religion, I think, right? Mystics. So we have, yeah, Mystic Temple, and Mystic Temple. 32% of their population here is the followers. They have been spreading towards Byzantium as well. It's going to be interesting to see, is this new religion something more interesting? Beats technology, formation. What is here? Oh yeah, cult and sects. Not religion, it's its name, cults and sects. Fine enough, I says. I think. So this is research, and this is private bonus. So unfortunately, our religions and cults are very, very civilization focused. So maybe they are going to be the ones that change our band of raiders and bandits and bloodthirsty warmongers into something that's actually a nation. But for the time being, oh my, they just collapsed. Yeah, those guys just gave up. We got a major regime over here. A Rhodes Republic. And we got a viewpoint, which is zone loyalty +1, always nice. Yeah. Okay, so this went really well, actually. I might as well send... I will need to keep some troops over here, just to keep order in the city. Yeah, the happiness is going to continue going down. Hey, some people have Mystic Celebration, so they are a little bit happy. You guys continue maintaining order along the desert over here. I'm going to send you guys... Yeah, the entire battalion is going to be sent on its way, along with the tank, of course. And the tank can get straight over here. We got a new militia unit over here as well, which is pretty cool. I think I still have one more turn before I should be declaring war on those guys, yeah. I have them pretty much where I want them to. Push up a bit more with those militia units, and this seems like this might be out of units, but in practice this is like what? Not even 4,000 militiamen, and this place has 48,000 people. We lost a lot of people because they migrated. Some 4,000 people migrated north to this major regime. Some people migrated over here, and some people migrated to Byzantium. They will... how free willingly they did this, I will leave it to your interpretation. And your headcanon, I suppose. We could replenish, use some troops, I'm sure. Not that much. We actually lost only 600 military troops, though of course more militia as well. And I think we actually might be able to start working on industry.
Aye, aye, sir.
Let's make sure I have some machines. Or maybe I can just make them actually. Yeah. It's going to be, this is going to cost me industrial points though. Yeah, and I have a ton of money. can always sell a lot as well. A lot of metals, rare earth metals. So it would be more efficient when it comes to resources to build the machines on my own. But because I'm trying to save industrial points more than anything, then I'm just going to buy them ready from the market. And now we're going to swing our troops to the east, and I think I will maintain, like, get to this ledge over here and maintain my border against the religious fanatics, and maybe work a little bit against those nomads who also have their own refugee camp, which is going to be really nice, actually. Also need to get some troops to the north, but this is going to be probably the militia over here once the situation over here gets under control. The Sonic Pitford, governor of Byzantium, wants to organize a party because we're not showing enough gratitude to our veterans. Dude, we are going to another war. We are not starting a party.
Aye, aye, sir.
Oh, he really wanted that party. Minus 15 points. Well, too bad. Incident with reckless behavior. So this is the prime minister and also the leader of the faction I don't like. Yeah, he's really not happy. I think I'm just going to ignore his actions. I don't want... 44 is not too bad, but I don't want to lower his relations even more. And I certainly don't want to be gaining more unrest and heart. 2 points is not too bad. Demagogue in the new state we just conquered. We just tried to find him and arrest him, but that's 1d plus 1 minus 25 versus 2d 100. I don't like those odds, to be honest. I mean, those people are unhappy. And Demagogue over here, not going to be a problem long term, I'm sure. We could get this member of faction, but I don't really like putting those guys everywhere, actually. And this is the other faction, which I don't like as well. I wonder, can we just milk this for free enforcement? I think I would like a new... actually, let's check the fate cards. So we get Calm Them Down, which is more reducing unrest. And we got this. Galactic Republic Recon Buggies for 1 point. This actually might be worth it. And of course, negative cards. Oh, there's also green cards over here, so we get random discovery of a new tech. I mean, I might just go for this. Galactic Republic infiltration methods. Specified GR tech already to be deployed immediately. This is pretty good as well. We got militia loss of faith. Later in the game, this is really useful because militia gets kind of useless, and you get 3 points. You're a liar. Losing ward score. Oof. You know, I'm not a great war chief, but I do like being an honest war chief. I could send... So we have some non-aligned regions. Do I have 2 cards? No, I have only 1 spy. So do I want to use it over here? This would be about 50-50 that I get it. And this is pretty much guaranteed. So I will send it over here. Just to see what we have around us. It took me like 2 games before I realized we would be sending spies like this, and it is pretty important to actually do it, to know what's going on. So I think this would give me something that I would usually... a specified GR tech. So this I think will give me something you can use for units. If I recall, like it will give bonus to units. A tech you can find from scavenging as well. This would be nice. 4. Yeah, this is random zone as well each time. It's going to be fine. Not for now. I will need to use this tech card pretty soon. But I think I can wait a little bit. I guess I can get Junior for the governance. Oh yeah, no, leaders, they were not nominated. Dismiss. A new nomination. Do we just continue pissing off those guys, even though the Prime Minister belongs to their faction? I kind of want to. Yeah, this guy, useless for the position, but he is loyal.
Yes, sir.
And we reward this kind of attitude. And yeah, this is going to be it, I think, for this round. Did I start construction? Yes, of industry. This industry will put huge advantage over the minor regimes when it comes to just raw production capacity. The major regimes are going to be a bit of a bigger problem. So we apparently had elections, and the factions I don't like won with 54% of the vote. Though votings within our raider groups are famously fake all the time, so nobody really cares. We got some jetpack units and a lot of money, and for machinery. Oh yeah, because all the land we discovered when we gained the new zone. You guys would be probably pretty decent as scouts. We got the relic ancient bunker, which is some military research bonus. Not really that important. Okay, so I managed to patrol all of this desert up to the limits of my logistics. So you guys can stay around here and just protect. The problem with sand dunes is they are also pretty expensive to build roads through. So we're probably not going in this direction anytime soon. More likely we're just going to be following the roads as much as possible. And I think this is the time to start the war against the religious fanatics, yeah? And we're going to start it with a bang as well. So, because if we move this unit over here... Oh yeah, it's all coming together. This is a massive unit. So, fanatic with environmental suits. They have 90 hit points and soft attack 30-46. I assume this is about the same as my guys. My guys are actually significantly better, surprisingly. So part of it might be... yeah, we have some field testing from all the fighting, but also there's, when we look at models and infantry design, yeah, the strength of the design is 111. So basically, usually we can choose when you're building a unit whether to start a new design or build on a new one. And every time you get the strength of the design, we actually got a pretty decent roll with above 100. So this unit and every unit that's going to be based on this one are going to be pretty decent. B design. I'm not sure what this actually means. Engineering design, weapon design, armor design. Is this actually split into... I'm not sure what this means. Is this base design and we have 87s, which is pretty bad? I actually think this might be base design. Actually, never mind. Still, I'm quite surprised that we have at least some advantage over them. We don't have really that many units, but now those guys are cut off. Which means if we manage to win, even without destroying them, they're going to be all forced to capitulate anyways. Which is why I'm going to go take the tank, start a war against them, and see how we do. Yeah, let's hope. And this is all militia, so I'm actually not going to be really sad if too many of them die. The tank might fail with some really bad luck. They actually managed to entrench themselves quite well. This is like 2,000. This is showing 12 over here, but this is actually not infantry probably, but a lot of trucks. So about 2,000 versus 5,400. Let's see how it goes. Tank will carry us. Okay, that was a good shot. And the tank ran out of AP. And they still managed to kill about the same. So not too bad, and they are still cut off. So we might be able to maintain the pressure. And of course, the promise was fulfilled, so everyone's happy. And this is the orders for new governor, for salaries and so on. And let me check what salaries there are in this zone, because I don't remember what the base was.
Aye, aye, sir.
So it's 5... actually, we can lower the recruit sign-up bonus, I think. Make sure. And for you guys, you know, I don't really like you as much, so your workers are going to get a bit less. Let's get some recruits, because we'll need them. I will allow emergency food. Let it maintain unincorporated. This is basically core regions versus non-core regions, and I think the way it's... yeah, cultural adaptation is what determines how people are happy being part of the incorporated. Yeah, it will increase if zone is set to regular zone and if population is higher than 50. Oh, so it needs to be regular before it starts increasing. They actually are gaining happiness already. And they are gaining massive population, mostly from free folk, of course. But they've actually managed to get this under control quite quickly. So this does not impact your regime levels, pays much less taxes, and keeps its local culture. Let's keep it unincorporated for just a bit more to make those guys happier, and this might not go for this long. So those guys were very traditionalist, not very fertile, and very not aggressive. Yeah, that I noticed when fighting them. So they will need to change their culture quite a bit to fit, but I'm sure it will eventually go well. And all of this reset, so that's a bit annoying, but this can be fixed. Recruit, never supply units. And I will think for a name later on. And you guys can lower the recruitment bonus. Yeah, I think I have way too many recruits compared to my industry anyways, so that's fine.
Aye, aye, sir.
How is the construction over here going on? I mean, very slowly, but we are getting it done. The steel is already running down to 0, but that's to be expected. That almost all the resources of our very small, well, very small in terms of population empire is going to be committed towards this construction. But yeah, I think this is going to be it. We actually managed to gain our first conquest. We started another war. Actually, let me just finish this turn. Let's not end on the... just finish turn. Let's see what's exciting new stuff are going to be happening then. And our enemies surrounded us and destroyed a good chunk of my army. Oh my god. Yeah, we lost 400 infantry. We kept the promise though. And we got gas-powered small arms. We are researching high-velocity guns. So we are all about guns. We do not care about armor, which is fair enough. And yeah, we are now going to be pushing towards those and also cleaning up those pesky nomads who somehow are still unclear about our relations with them. Just pretty interesting. Is there something here? There's some free folk. So between the major regimes, it works a bit different than between others. The border over here is actually established immediately. And we are starting to find out a bit more about those guys, and they are Republicans. Usually that would be great news, because they are very unlikely to start a war with us. But, I mean, who likes a neighbor that looks much better than you on civilization graphs when you can just rate them and make it all more equal? So maybe we are not going to be the best of friends. This place actually has some problems with manning its private construction, though the damage might be a problem as well. And the population is increasing, they're getting happier. Yeah, I think they're improving. So yeah, GG, and see you guys in the next one.